What's up, fellas? Welcome to Pick Central on the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube channel. Once again, Brandon Walker's out. When will he return? No one knows.
Imagine we did this. It's just, you got to give it back to him when he doesn't come.
In his defense, he is working Thanksgiving night and away from his family.
Oh, well, he eats Thanksgiving
he
at
eats
11
at
a.m.,
9
so it's over
so-
no matter what. And second,
That's a blessing
no
to get
matter
out of the
what,
house.
if you're going to make fun of us not being here on a random Wednesdays and Tuesdays when we got shit going on,
He does take a shot every single time
so
you're not here, even though you are actually working somewhere else.
exactly.
I was on my deathbed.
I went to Indiana. He was like, "Oh, Marty's talking." I'm like, "Just stop saying it." So he's gonna.
He was hammering me for World Series Maine in Vegas. I missed last Monday because Sunday night, like, my best friend got engaged and I wanted to be there, and he just killed me over it. But like, come on, man, some things, bro.
You know, so there's a reason why we got 5-6 people on this show.
Yeah, we got a great crew today. Smitty, how are we doing?
We're doing good.
First
Mr.
Thanksgiving with your with the little boy.
Yeah,
with the little boy. It's a family of 3.
Yeah, he's going to be eating all the turkey. Sure. He might be the turkey. Might have to cut him up.
We have to dress him up as a turkey and take him around the neighborhood, huh?
He already has been in his turkey costume.
Marty Mush.
Around the neighborhood, actually.
I didn't know Thanksgiving was bad till Zah just told me.
Really?
But for like the real meaning of Thanksgiving, had no idea.
Well, yeah, we essentially just raped and pillaged everybody.
I didn't know.
Well, the actual Zah, correct me if I'm wrong. The actual meaning of Thanksgiving, what it's intended to be, not bad. Everything else,
it was
bad.
a feast that you were celebrating slaughtering the native people.
That's not what they were celebrating.
It's the new land.
Yeah, they were eating together.
That's
How'd they acquire it?
Sparknotes version of it.
But they were eating together. I'm not saying that it's not eventually what happened, but they were eating together.
That's what the British did to us.
Yeah, we don't need to go into. I'm just saying. I asked
not
if
defending
Zimbabwe was Zimbabwe at Thanksgiving. He goes, no.
Trust me, that was how I felt. Literally, I think I was like 22 when I found out Christopher Columbus was not a good guy.
Oh, he was.
I was right, but it's not my fault.
the biggest.
But it's not even that. It's you're like, as just a normal kid, like, you're raised in school that he is a hero.
It's almost like you
and
aren't.
As someone who is
it's almost like you aren't
Italian,
taught the real history of what happened.
It's crazy. And all of a sudden, I was 22, and on Twitter, I was in college, and everyone's like, Christopher Columbus is a scumbag. He killed, murdered, raped.
It's almost like you're taught
Sopranos.
It's almost like you're taught Christopher Columbus is a hero, but you're also taught not how to balance a checkbook.
Yeah, that's
true.
Or anything that has to do with taxes.
Yeah. Both is true.
You know what I asked Glennie yesterday? We were talking, just like, "Oh, do you like Thanksgiving?" He goes, it's okay for me. I like Thanksgiving.
I do too.
And I was like, "Dude, what's your favorite holiday?" He goes, "Well, it was Christmas." And I was like, "Why isn't it anymore?" He goes, "Well, I found out Santa's real." It wasn't real. I was like, and he was dead serious.
I could see Glennie finding out Santa wasn't real when he was like 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how long
Minimal.
did it take?
Maybe 16.
Last week.
Like, I could see him, like, the kids in school really getting after him, like, you still think he's real, and he's, like, denying it.
Glennie's going to be, like, the
He's
best
thinking
Santa when he's
they're all
older,
like
though.
conspiring against him to make him believe that
It's
he's
like,
not
my
real.
mom said it's real. It's real.
Glennie will be like an awesome Santa when he's older, though. He'll be like
Best.
Wearing the
He's
Santa
the best
costume is
Santa
the
now,
best.
if you want to do.
It's the
Yeah,
best.
he is.
Big Ev, that's what he said.
I do it for Halloween.
Oh, do you?
It's a can't miss.
That's wow.
Everyone loves it. In college, I did it like 3 years in a row. Everyone loves it. Ronan and Caleb came for they were doing the college show, and I was like the viceroy, so I was like helping them around, and they were in like Super Troopers. I was wearing the Santa Claus costume. It never misses. I'm telling you. Everyone loves
You
Santa.
bring it back out for Christmas, or you're only Halloween?
I did in college just for like a bottle exchange thing, but I haven't since. It's been a while.
That's a great trademark on the Halloween.
It's good. Oh,
I love that.
doesn't miss.
You set the scene for the season. So Thanksgiving, I remember last year the uproar over the Thanksgiving mac and cheese.
That's what I was going to bring up, too, where it's like Thanksgiving, if your family doesn't do it, people are outraged. Like, if someone says, like, oh, I have mac and cheese or I have whatever, people freak out. If your family doesn't
I disagree. My family's never done mac and cheese, but I would certainly welcome mac and cheese.
Yeah,
Well, see,
I think if your aunt brings it,
I think mac
eat it.
and cheese is acceptable in any scenario or meal possible. You bring mac and cheese to breakfast, fine. You bring it to church, great. You bring it to a funeral, even
So
better.
good.
I agree.
Well, I think what happened last year was Marty had like never even heard of it. It felt like so Marty. I felt like he was thinking of it as it was like you're making some like Kraft mac and cheese, where like a Thanksgiving mac and cheese is like homemade, delicious. Like my grandpa in our family, my grandpa makes it unreal. He doesn't make anything else. He makes just that. It's unbelievable. Only on Thanksgivings, maybe Christmas, he might sprinkle it in sometimes.
I love that as a guy move, just making one thing but making it great.
And he literally, because my mom will ask him like how he makes it. He's like, when you think you have like too much butter, put some more butter in it. Like just disgusting amount of cheese and butter.
I was saying
And it's
before too.
fantastic.
I think my brother is legitimately the only one that like actually likes the circled cranberries. You know that?
Yeah.
The
Cranberry
disgusting.
sauce?
It's like not even sauce though. It's like
That's what they call it.
Yeah,
I've always felt the same. It looks like Jell-O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the most disgusting thing in the world. He's the only one at Thanksgiving that eats it.
I would take this on Thanksgiving. Sometimes dressing can just be too thick, like stuffy and dry. So are y'all pro adding gravy to lush that up, or is that just a Southern thing?
Well, did you see Kelly in Vegas' take?
I did not.
She thinks that gravy shouldn't is overrated. Shouldn't be used.
Really?
That almost killed Mincy.
Well, just the roast beef for gravy, po' boys in Louisiana is like a huge. I mean, that's probably why we're all very large.
I'm not like a gravy stan, but like I like gravy.
I don't mind.
I don't have
It's-
gravy all the time.
no,
whatever.
same. Do y'all do mashed potatoes with gravy usually or without?
Yeah.
Either I'll switch
Like
it
a
up.
little-
'cause sometimes
little
I
bit of
really like
gravy.
just butter on it. And it fucking.
Sure.
But
really
like y'all
good.
never do like the South. They'll do chicken strips and gravy. That's a weird thing up here. I know y'all do like honey mustard or
Yeah, we usually
sauce
dip
or
it in
ranch.
ranch.
I know people.
Yeah,
I know,
ketchup.
I know people who put gravy on fries and rave over it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like the Canadian, the poutine, what's it called?
The poontang?
Yeah, the Poutine. I have no idea how to say
Yeah,
it.
no, the poontang.
Okay, whatever. It's
Yeah,
like cheese.
no, that's
and
what it
gravy.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, the poontang.
Yeah, my accent. I mean, I'm just like I said it a minute ago, I'm a stranger in a strange land. Up here,
No,
boys.
that's
So,
what
I
it
don't know what
is.
to tell you.
It's the poontang.
That's too funny. I do like the gravy Thanksgiving though to make it like a little.
Does everyone do turkey?
Speaking of poontang, my aunt used to put mushrooms in the gravy.
Ugh. I don't like mushrooms.
Like why?
though.
Why? Like why ruin that something that's already fine?
Yeah.
Morty, you mentioned so does everybody do turkey? Like South, they do a lot of fried turkeys. Obvious, shocking. Imagine that South frying stuff. But do you do turkey? Or I know the Italians sometimes do different Thanksgiving.
I do. I do turkeys. My mom does. She does 2 turkeys every time. One big one and one small one with like a bunch of shit in it. I don't even know. But
Double
they're-
winter chicken dinner.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's because what else do people do?
I mean, sometimes people every now and then you'll do ham or honey ham.
Yeah.
But
like
that's like
Christmas.
Christmas. I
Takes
agree.
away.
That's a Christmas thing. I've seen people do lamb or tenderloin, like prime rib sometimes. But I mean, I eat turkey. I don't want to sound like. I mean, I've always done turkey on Thanksgiving.
Just to speak on behalf of the fried turkey, I've had both. Fried turkey is superior.
Oh yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking good.
Really?
Oh my god. I hope my family does it this year. We've kind of been like back and forth depending on the settings.
What's the inside like?
It's still like It's just like it's way less dry. in
Yeah,
my
that's the
opinion.
problem
Okay.
with the other turkeys.
It's less dry.
They sometimes like in the South they do turducken. That'll be like turkey stuffed with duck, stuffed with
We're
chicken with
aware
like a
what
beer
John Madden
cannon.
does. Yes.
Yeah, those things are those things.
One of my earliest memories is Thanksgiving football, watching like John Madden and Pat Summerall. And John Madden used to give out the turkey legs or whatever, and he had a turducken out there. And instead of like pulling off the legs, he literally took his hand and started sawing the turducken with his hand.
That's two. That's,
Why is the Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving?
I hate it, dude. I'll say it. It's always been last year it was Saturday. Sometimes it's been Saturday, but it has been more of a Thanksgiving night thing. Brandon and I both can't stand it.
I mean,
like
it's
I don't.
NFL. Like
Yeah, that's what I was
what
gonna
it
say.
is.
It competes with the third game.
Yeah.
Well, the NFL used to not do Thursday
true.
night. NFL was always Lions home game, Dallas home game, and then Egg Bowl would be Thursday night. Sometimes Texas A&M used to be Thanksgiving night.
Oh, so the Egg Bowl was always
Yeah, it's been a Thanksgiving night, yeah.
It wasn't last year though, right?
No, last year was a Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It'll be, thanks to Casey Smith, all the Southerners that are far away from home are doing a live stream. Me, Walker, and Casey.
You know what you should do? Bump it up to like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. high school football style.
That'd be awesome.
I mean,
That would be awesome.
that would, yeah. I don't know. I don't love the Thanksgiving night thing at all. But it's it.
tough.
But
Well,
what
see, but all the Southerners eat at 9 a.m. apparently.
no,
The Brandon Walkers of the
no,
world.
that's a false thing. I used
Or
to
the
eat 3
weirdo Brandon
p.m.
Walkers of the world eat
Yeah,
at 9
that,
a.m.
I'm a 3 p.m. You usually
proper time.
You usually go over. Somebody hosts it. You get there at 1. You kind of hang out. People have a few drinks. I
I like a 4 o'clock one. 3 o'clock.
I'm a late. Yeah, my family can we even touch 5 sometimes. We're later than earlier. It
fine
depends.
with that.
Depends on what family we're with.
See the end. And speaking of that, see the end of an awful Lions game. And this year we got Bears Lions to open.
It also depends on what's happening with the game. If the game is close,
Yeah.
we'll delay it.
Because I feel like I always.
Or if your team is playing.
Yeah,
I feel like the Giants haven't played on in
really long time.
like
That's surprising.
forever.
Actually,
You think they put-
Eagles and Dallas always like.
What-
Yeah,
once
Eagles
every 4
definitely have
years.
a
What's
times,
weird
yeah.
is the Saints all of a sudden are the Thanksgiving night game every year the last few years. That's like a totally new thing. And so all 6 teams, here's a stat for you. All 6 teams on Thanksgiving playing lost this week. All of them. Bears, Lions,
wild.
Bills, Saints, Cowboys, and Raiders. Everybody other, I mean, you could make a case that all of them are reeling other than Dallas, but they played bad.
I think Dallas is gonna shit pump the Raiders.
That's a heavy line. That's such a Dallas line too.
And they always, I feel like they specifically always play well in the
Yeah.
on the Thanksgiving game. I feel like they just always win. Besides that one stinker a couple years, well, that was a while ago against the Panthers.
Yeah.
When Luke Kuechly went like berserk.
Right. I mean, so it's
I always
appar-
remember the Randy Moss Thanksgiving game.
It's
You were
apparent.
probably barely born.
It's
I think I was
apparently
like
been
4.
announced that this is Matt Nagy's last game. Is that true?
What?
Confirmed?
It's a weird source.
Did y'all see the
Okay.
Barstool
That's a
Barstool
weird one
main
because
account?
it's like, why wouldn't you just fire him now?
Did y'all see the main account tweet out the fire chant from the Bulls game last
Yeah.
night?
Oh yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
wild when the different sports got the fire chant going.
that
It's
happened.
cock-
I mean, Fire Howie chants are all over Philadelphia.
I mean, especially before
Maybe not now, but
before
like,
the 3 first round picks.
Yes.
I'll say if New York fan base in football isn't so divided, you might catch a fire Jason Garrett chant at Knicks game.
Dude, he is so bad.
One of the worst
That-
plays
He
of all
is
time.
so
I'm so
bad.
glad that Baldy like brought that up.
He
Like
is
that is
so
like
bad.
that's like unfathomable.
Yeah. So bad.
Even in like high school, like, that's
3-man rush.
3-man rush. Put 3 guys there, literally just trying to get out of each other's way.
Mm-hmm.
It was like they all ran like hitches to the same place.
So bad.
What?
So bad.
Okay.
It was legitimately one of the worst plays.
Like
and executed.
it was unfair. It was
Snaps
crazy. 'cause
out.
At the beginning of the game, he was dialing up some nice plays. Like I liked what he was doing early, and then it just went out the window.
So bad.
Yeah, so last night, Giants fans, I know.
They suck.
I thought the Daniel Jones interception to the linebacker. I've seen Jameis Winston do that a few times. That should be a commercial for LASIK eye surgery.
The two of them, there was 2. The one to the D end was the worst throw I tweeted. I think it was genuinely the worst throw I've ever seen. And then the one that where the backer almost picked it, and then the corner picked it.
Yeah, okay, the DN one's the one I'm talking about, where he just like literally just
He
like,
literally, there was no one over. There was literally just 2 linemen. Like Saquon was running a wheel, like he was like down the field. He just turned around
There's
and
no
just threw it
excuse
over
for
there.
it, but like he does get like even watching that 3-man rush and how fast that he had to get rid
Oh,
of
the
the
line
ball.
was Sue
like,
beat it. Like the center was just blocking nobody,
yeah, I
and
knew
then
it
Sue
was
just
coming.
beats the guard easily 1-on-1.
I knew that was coming for the Giants yesterday. It was just it was their time to get blown out.
I'll say the Bucks home road split. Like when Brady had the press conference, I had the Giants on my card till I saw the Brady press conference thing. But Tampa at home, other than the Dallas game, first night was close. They've been beating the crap out of people at Tampa, and then on the road they've been sluggish. But they've been really hammering people at home, and no difference last night. Marty, big night for y'all to shine. Basketball tonight.
Basketball's
Yeah.
fucking.
That was my
First of all, you know what?
Ohio State's Seton Hall yesterday, too,
Before we
though.
talk about college basketball, there's one person on that show on this show that has to speak up. Excuse me,
Wait, what?
I don't think he's listening.
TJ.
What?
Someone's got to speak up about their college basketball team right now.
The whole Big Ten sucks.
I mean,
Whoa,
Rutgers,
whoa!
Rutgers, did you see they lost again?
I did.
You
I mean, Ohio State beat Seton Hall yesterday. That's
Good
Seton
win.
Hall's
I know, I was gonna say, that was a big
and watching that game, I was like, these are 2 good teams. Seton Hall's fucking good.
I knew Ohio
They got some.
State wasn't.
Seton Hall has some studs. on that
Xavier's
team.
Seton
was
Hall's
tough.
really-
It was a tough,
Seton
that's a
Hall's
tough spot.
very good. I've
Like
said
Roden,
that. They're
that's
gonna,
his name. Like Bryce Aiken, they have that. Like watching that game, I tweeted in the second half. I literally felt like we were watching like a NCAA tournament game.
They're gonna beat.
It
they're
was
gonna
so
win the
like they
East.
both teams were just like so intense. Both hitting big shots. Both like their best players are having like huge. Like Liddell had almost 30. Like Roden for them had almost 30. Like they were having both teams big time. It was a big time game.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're
big
going
win,
to in the
huge
Big
win
East. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
they're
that's a
the
huge.
best team.
That's a
there.
huge win.
No,
for
they're
Ohio
really
State.
good. I was impressed. Like we just watched them. I was like, this team's fucking really good.
Yeah.
They're both good.
Well, tonight it's on. I mean, we
Yeah,
got UCLA.
tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, -7. Gonzaga.
rematch of what literally. What y'all think that was? A top 5 Final Four game ever last year? from start because
Yeah,
like
I
you
mean-
always see games that have like great endings, but that game from the very first tip was on fire last year. That like what was the biggest lead was like 6 or 7 either way the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean
This is a tough game for me because I'm a believer UCLA isn't a true number 2, and I also just hate Gonzaga. But I know Gonzaga's good. I actually think I like Gonzaga -7 tonight.
I do too.
I think they're just a way better team than UCLA, and people give UCLA a little too much credit, and they should have right now, but I'm telling you it's going to fall soon, and I think tonight they're going to kind of wax them a little bit.
I mean,
but I'm excited for it. 1 versus 2 is going to be awesome.
oh yeah,
You
say
see-
the line 7.
Yeah.
I think UCLA is just due to like they should have lost that game to Villanova. I
yeah.
think they're due in this spot to lose.
Do you just bet
10-12.
Gonzaga every single game until like March Madness starts approaching?
No, Friday you shouldn't.
It's tough because they have these like when they play these other teams, they're 35, 40-point favorites.
I know I'm biased, obviously, but Friday's going to actually be there. They match up better than how UCLA match up with Gonzaga.
Gonzaga's just huge.
But Duke
Like
is
having Timmy
bigger
and
this-
Chet Holmgren. I mean, Holmgren's skinny, but he's tall
Duke
as
is
fuck.
bigger. Like they're actually bigger this year, which is huge. I mean, last night Duke last year loses that game every time to Citadel.
Duke is athletic.
They were fucking whapping.
That's what I
threes last
what I
night.
noticed about Duke right away. They're more athletic, I feel like, than they have been
Yeah.
since like Zion.
Did
was
the
there.
DUI stuff affect anything?
No.
Okay.
They talked about to him last night. He's like, I don't know how else to say it. I was in the back of my own car. We're just trying to get past it as a team and play basketball. That's literally all he said.
Okay.
But I mean, he scored 28 points last night, so he's fine.
He's as I mean, so far I know you had huge hype on him, but
oh yeah,
more than I mean.
Him and Keels are ridiculous. But I mean, also last night Illinois got smoked by
They
Cincinnati.
suck.
They are not. Curbelo is like everyone's like, oh, Curbelo's going to be a great player. It's not Io. Io was an actual really good. He could take over a game. Curbelo can't.
I feel like Curbelo might have been drinking his own Kool-Aid, reading his own press clippings a little too much. Because I've said it a couple times already. Like watching the second half of that Marquette game, he literally just refuses to pass the ball, and all just miss shot, turnover, over and over and over, just forcing. And that was without Kofi. So I mean, now it's even less of an excuse. Like give the ball to the big guy.
And Kofi also
feed him.
needs to realize he can pass the ball when he's triple teamed down low. He
That
doesn't,
too.
He doesn't pass the ball a lot. But I think you're right about Curbelo because I think he is reading some shit because it's like he almost thinks that he has to take over the game and not like just be a passer or
Now,
whatever.
I didn't get to watch any of the game. I saw like they were up huge against Cincy, and they ended up getting blown out.
Speaking of that, Arkansas Cincy, I want to hear what y'all think of that one.
Yeah, it's interesting because Arkansas beat Kansas State last night by it was like 7 or whatever, and Arkansas hasn't actually like I know they're undefeated, but like they haven't been blowing teams out, which is a little scary. And I mean,
They had a great recruiting class.
yeah, they did. Next year they're top 3, but I think that I'm taking Arkansas tonight actually because I think this is a game they need to win in, especially since they probably thought they were gonna play Illinois and now it's Cincy, but I don't know. I'm on Arkansas.
Cincy's always feisty. I mean, obviously, Cronin long gone, but they play super physical, and it's a big shot for them playing Arkansas. Any other games? I mean, obviously, the Gonzaga UCLA and
Yeah,
Dickie V's calling it, I believe. Is
yeah,
that true? Okay.
it's his first game back. Honestly, UCLA Gonzaga is the only game really to watch tonight, but this is the most underrated college basketball week of the season because everyone's like, oh, Thanksgiving football, college football, but it's a very good games this week.
Hell yeah, sports everywhere this week. What a fun week. Then Thanksgiving football, triple. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to have a live stream for Ole Miss State, me, Walker, and Casey. I'm trying to actively recruit someone to join the Ole Miss side, but it's kind of tough on Thanksgiving because Casey always supports State, and it's despicable. But Bill Saints is that night too. But we want to go ahead today. We're going to look ahead at the weekend's games because this is the last show of the week, which is Tuesday. Before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about Cuts Clothing. Guys, our work attire has changed. The days of wearing uncomfortable business attire are over, as all of us can attest to with our clothes we're wearing in the office today. But you don't have to sacrifice style for comfort with Cuts Clothing. In 2016, Cuts founder Steve Borelli set out to create clothes ready for every occasion the modern man faces. He started by reinventing the T-shirt. The end result, what GQ magazine calls the only shirt worth wearing. And there's never been a better time to give Cuts Clothing a try because Cuts is kicking off the holiday sales season early with 30% off site-wide for their Black Friday sale, but it's going live now. through December 3rd. Shipageddon 2021 is coming in preparation. Cuts is starting their sales season early for you with 30% off site-wide until December 3rd. So you can have a worry-free holiday shipping. Head over to cutsclothing.com today to get 30% off site-wide through December 3rd and upgrade your wardrobe with the world-famous shirts, joggers, or the all-new outerwear. That's CUTSclothing.com. Ev, I want to talk some Ohio State, Michigan with you because this is literally, like, I know you already taped the college football show. This is the last show before it. Ohio State now up to 8. I've sensed confidence from you literally since the defensive changes were made after the Oregon game. I've been sensing confidence about this game for you since like week 4 or 5.
It's honestly kind of similar to what I said about Michigan State last week. I think Michigan's defense is a lot better. But I just think over 4 quarters, I just don't know how you hang with us on offense. We just have too much speed. And also, Michigan, they have 2 great DNs, probably the best package of 2 DNs in the country. But we have the best offensive line in the country, or one of them, 2 great tackles. It's going to be way different. I think this is a game. I think we win this game by 20 plus. I really believe that. I said all last week that if the number was 10 or less, you get maybe one of the biggest bets of my life. I'm sticking by that. I'm hammering Ohio State. I've just seen the song and dance over and over and over again. We know what it is. We know, the gap is not getting smaller. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And every year, this is what happens. We didn't get it last year because Michigan cowered out of the game. Every year, they play well, and people are like, maybe they could give them a run. It's in Ann Arbor this year. They have a good defense, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, we look up in the third quarter, and Ohio State scored 45 points. We are going to roll into Ann Arbor and steamroll them.
Marty, I know you were all over Ohio State against Michigan State. Do you agree with Alf?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do think that they're gonna kind of. I think it's gonna be close a little early, and I think it's gonna kind of get out of hand in the fourth.
That's
quarter.
exactly what it was 2 years ago too.
Yeah,
it was 14-13. Then all of a sudden, middle of the third quarter, it was 45-20.
Do you think there's a chance Ohio State loses?
No.
That's what you said against Oregon.
It's way different.
It's the exact same question before Oregon.
It's totally different.
Okay.
A freshman quarterback making a second career start. We've seen who he's blossomed to become.
I mean, that is a big it's a big thing where it is on the road. Stroud does need to show up here. It's an interesting game actually. I don't think it's a definite Ohio State just wins. I think Michigan has gotten better. Their defense is good. Obviously, I think Ohio State has the best offense.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting.
What's Ohio State's team total?
I'm gonna guess it's high 30s. I know the total's 64.
That's still high.
It'll probably be around 40.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure.
I kind of like the under.
Do you?
For team total.
Don't do that to yourself, Smitty.
Okay.
I just know Michigan State threw up the 37 on Michigan, but Michigan's defense has played well.
Yeah.
Against the rest, but then they play a lot of mediocre. But the thing about Michigan this year is they've kicked the other Rutgers fought them real hard second half, and Michigan's beating the crap out of everybody else they were supposed to beat. I don't know how that really matters when they're playing.
It's just playing these Penn State and Rutgers and these teams, we're just a different animal, a whole different animal. And it's one thing to have because maybe for example, a Penn State, they have a Jahar Dotson who I think he's really, really good. I think he's on the caliber of of our receiving core. He would fit in. But all these teams, if they're lucky, they have one of those guys. We have 4 of them. It's just impossible for a secondary to have 4 guys that can guard our best receivers. It's impossible. Just too much speed, and not even just speed. They're generally polished receivers. When you have 2 guys, we have 2 guys that are going in the top 10, 15 next year. Another guy who's going to be a top 10, 15 guy the year after. Our 4, 5, 6 receivers would start for literally every team in the country.
No, the thing I made...
It's just an overwhelming amount of talent.
The point I made was the Jamison Williams transferring to Bama.
Literally,
he had 190 yards.
He was the odd man out. He was the odd man out. He's the best receiver for Alabama.
Who goes to Bama because literally who goes to Bama because they can't start somewhere?
It's just
that's a first time that's ever happened.
It's a gross amount of weapons, and not even saying to be cocky. It's just hard to keep up with that for 4 quarters. Eventually, they're going to break through. Even if they throw a good punch early, they dial up a nice scheme early, keep it intact. Eventually, we're going to score, and once we start scoring, it just goes.
A couple other ones looking at Do y'all think LSU for Coach O's last game shows up here? Is that like a Barstool thing? Final Coach O home game, Louisiana Saturday night against A&M, or
I think
He's a great interim coach.
bet one of the best.
I mean, I think the atmosphere for this one's going to be really good. It's going to be good. Like
I
this
think
is
it
Tiger
will.
Stadium is going to be pumped for this one.
I mean, their basketball team's actually really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Their defense is crazy.
No,
now.
Will, we
I
did.
don't know
Will,
what happened.
Did Will?
Their defense sucked last year.
Oh, they didn't play. They were the worst.
Yeah.
No, but I think I don't know. LSU's offense is so bad. If they're going to beat A&M, it's got to be low scoring.
I saw like Eli Rick said he's going to transfer too. I feel like that's a game where like they either like win or they lose by like 30.
Yeah, like
They're either going to like bring it or they're just laying down and getting.
So
out of
I
the
heard a
season.
really weird thing the other night that like after Ole Miss beat LSU, Lane Kiffin like told O like, "Hey man, y'all running the same defensive plays every play." There was a rumor running around about
Oh,
that,
God.
or something like that, because they're old friends. I don't know if it's true. You know, that was just a rumor I heard. I don't want to, but the LSU since then like shut Bama down, held them to 20, held
Yeah, they
Arkansas.
did.
Like apparently, I don't know if that's why, but they made some. They made some changes. I'm curious to see if they'll fight. I'm not going to annoy y'all too much about the Egg Bowl stuff, but this is a big one because you always laugh like Ole Miss and State always suck. You know, you're like, Ohio
No,
State.
they're good, but this year,
No,
they are
that's what I was
good.
gonna
Like,
say.
Ole Miss is good.
Dude, we're 9-2. Ole Miss,
Mississippi
Ole Miss
State's
has never been
pretty good,
9-2 in my whole life.
Yeah.
Like I know, like
That's so sad.
that's what I'm saying. So like I'm trying to enjoy the good times because like if Ohio State was 9-2,
No, I think Ole Miss is like a top 10 team. They're like right in that.
Dude,
like
they've literally
8
never
to-
been
I know, and I love it. I love your whole demeanor. I love how you're dressed, where you could go and just hold one of the pylons or sticks at the Ole Miss game, Egg Bowl, like right now, just be on the sideline, just fit right in, like it's perfect.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
pumped. And speaking of that, last night too, an Ole Miss thing. Quick, I kind of mentioned it to you a minute ago. I'm sitting at home at 10:30, and I get a FaceTime from a 303 number I don't know. No, and I pick it up because of the past trivia. When I missed the trivia things, I still feel bad about. Freaking Chad Swag Kelly on a FaceTime last night. I looked at him. I was like, "What?"
I saw. I laughed my ass
I
off
was so
myself.
pumped, dude. He said it. His brother's a starting tight end for Ole Miss, Casey Kelly. But he was calling. He's like, "Mitzi, how you feeling about the Egg Bowl?" I'm like, freaking Swag Kelly. It's like, what the hell is going on? I was like, I freaked out. Like, we talked for like 15 minutes, though. It was awesome.
And that's awesome. I just love how your phone has turned into the back being bullied on the dozen.
Yeah, like who called you?
I screwed, dude.
No,
Just
who
any
called
random
you
number.
for this. Like, how did this person have your number?
He DM'd me on Twitter like 6 months ago about Barstool stuff. But, like, I didn't talk, nothing
It
beyond
was
that.
just fun. It's like you. It's like you would have thought Leo called. you.
Dude, Chad Swag Kelly. Dude, Swag
Swag Kelly
The
called.
two, like, Ole Miss bad boy legends are him and Marshall Henderson for sure.
But it's funny
two
where
are
like
like-
Ben Mintz is probably bigger than Swag Kelly right now.
Not in my mind, dude. Swag.
I mean, it's close.
Swag, when I went to the Bama game, Ole Miss won at Bama when he played
So
quarterback.
shots fired. Marshall Henderson, Swag Kelly, Eli's not up there.
I'm saying like the bad boy, like the bad, like
Eli's
love
flipping.
Eli.
Eli's flipping the double bird on national television
that's
now.
true. That's true. That's true. Hey man, Eli, it goes without saying. I'm definitely not getting no beef on that front. Looking ahead too. So we've got big slate of games this weekend, the NFL and college. Y'all have any other college games that you're like? Do you think Bama? I want to ask about Bama Auburn. Do you think Auburn has any shot in hell to fight? Or are they dead now? No Knicks.
Yeah, I think without Knicks, it's trouble. I mean, they just haven't looked impressive, so it's tough. It's tough to lay almost 20, 19 and a half of them on the road. But I don't know. I'd maybe even take a shot at the over. I think it's not crazy high. I think it's like 50, like 5.5.
I mean,
or something
Bama,
like that.
Arkansas, and LSU both vote Bama on the road. So
Yeah, I don't love it. I think Finley stinks as a quarterback, so I think they're gonna have trouble moving the ball. But
Rico Bosco, it's the final episode for Thanksgiving, so we're trying to go a little Thanksgiving theme. You just came out of Pick'em. How are you?
Good. The vibes are high for Ole Miss.
This is an interesting dynamic we're dealing with on this one.
That is-
I know I'm a little worried. Walker.
No, it's good for you. Like that's a Barstool thing where when he fucks over Dave in his mind, that's a Ole Miss blowout.
that's
All the mojo going in Mincy's direction.
yeah, not to give up. So for College Football Show, we have like a special, like just a one-off for the Egg Bowl that's coming out Thursday, and I think just the way the Barstool word works, Ole Miss is gonna win that game, and even though the line screams Mississippi State,
the line?
Mississippi State -1.
So it opened. I thought it opened.
Number 18 versus unranked.
So here's the
But
thing.
I saw it at
though.
Ole Miss -2 at Sunday, and then it went to State by 1 on Monday.
Screams Mississippi State,
go
but I
ahead,
just
Rico,
think
I didn't mean to
somehow
Well, this
Ole
is
Miss
the
can
other
pull it off.
aspect too that now involves me and you, which I'm worried about. Ole Miss is going to win because of karma. Who else is going to win because of karma?
So so
Michigan.
yeah, no, obviously I knew where
That's
you were going.
kind of what I'm worried about.
I don't think they're gonna win. I just hope they don't keep it closer than I think.
I think it's.
Do you,
Like, I
think,
don't-
do you think Karma's actually
So
that
put
king?
it this way. We kind of touch on Pick'em. There's no way he goes 0-2 in karma games. So I
No.
almost like what I'm banking on is Ole Miss wins, and then I can bank on 1-1. If Ole Miss loses, I think for sure Michigan's going to win. And I know those two events are not related, but as a big Ohio State wager, I am terrified that if Ole
What did you
Miss-
get the Ohio State line at? Now it's 8.
I mean, I had to be honest.
No,
with you,
here's the
I have,
future.
I have not. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
Ohio State to put the future. I have Ohio State to win the Big Ten. I have not yet placed the wager on Ohio State. I am not in the the state to do that legally. So I'm waiting. Hopefully
Okay.
it gets inside. And I don't really know. Now I think I'm committed where it's 7.5, 8. Like I don't really want
It's gonna be tough to get to
Yeah,
7.
I don't really want to be buying it. So it's got to be a 2-score game for me.
Y'all are all going to have stream Saturday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be there Saturday.
So Thursday night Thanksgiving stream for Egg Bowl and Saturday streams this weekend.
Yeah, I think me, Rico will be there. Dan will be there.
I'll be there Saturday too for sure. Not that anybody is
But I-
worried
but
about
I
me
think
and the Ohio State Michigan game.
The Brandon Walker karma, I'm not as worried about Michigan. I think that's more directly just Ole Miss, Mississippi
Yeah.
State.
Well,
Like,
all right.
because for Brandon, like at the end of the day, he doesn't give a fuck if Ohio State or Michigan wins or loses.
But it's more of Dave being wrong than things start to turn.
That's fair.
That's
that-
all.
But I still
not
think
a
the more
major,
the
it's
direct
just-
karma correlation is
Yes.
to the Egg Bowl game.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think.
guessing on Pick'em he was still upset at Brandon.
Yeah.
You have anything to say about Brandon not being here today? Would he say if you were
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean he rear-ended me, and then that caused a big car wreck. He owes me an apology too.
he owes you
Not
an
as much
apology?
to Dave, but he owes me an apology.
He owes you one?
He rear-ended me. It was also not factual. He's like, you added a bunch of plays. Like, I added Ohio State's team total and Boise team total. The Boise had not yet kicked off. What are we doing, dude? You're like trying to drag everybody in. Like, I equated it. I told you, it's like a bridesmaid. You're complaining about your gifts. Shut up and take the pictures.
well, he's in him back against the wall with State against everyone on this one. I do love having
Yeah.
the Dan and Dave and Karma on that. On the Ole Miss front too, all 3 receivers are healthy for the first. But that's what happened. The offense fell apart because the top 3 receivers all got hurt, and like y'all saw the Tennessee game when they had to run. All 3 of them are finally healthy now for the first time since Tulane when they were going off early in the year. I think there's a chance Ole Miss's offense is going to be a little more explosive again.
I'll be betting Ole Miss, Mitzi. Ole Miss will be on the card on
Oh,
Thursday.
for sure, me too.
It's just the State. I've just seen this cowbell thing though. This is no joke to win this game on the road at night, like a rivalry game.
And
I mean, it's not easy.
the over will be on my card just because Brandon Walker said he thinks the under's a lock.
Oh, I left my jacket.
Rico and any other games we're talking about because this is the final show before
I know, yeah.
the weekend.
I mean, I'm
other
heavy on Ohio State. I'm going to do something that I haven't done in the history of my life.
really?
I'm going to take Oregon State in the fucking Civil War.
I love it.
That is
that
unheard
team
of
is
where I'm
fucking
from.
good.
Yeah.
Unheard of. And I think Oregon is on the mat, like that effort against Utah. I know it's a rivalry game. They're still probably can they even get to the Pac-12 championship now?
Oregon State. If Oregon State wins, I'm pretty sure they are
Yeah.
in the Pac-12
Okay,
championship.
so Oregon
They
obviously
have a lot to play
Oregon
for.
can get too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think the winner.
Oregon State's got way more to play with. Oregon State beat them last year, no?
Yeah,
They have-
right? Yeah,
it's a huge
Rico.
deal because Oregon State had sucked. They'd been horrible
Oh,
forever.
it used to be an easy leg.
Yeah, and
Easy.
they hired Jonathan Smith. Their
Yep.
coach was the offensive coordinator with Chris Peterson at Washington, but he's the old Oregon State quarterback when they were good with Ocho Cinco and Hushmanzada. He's like
know
the
it's
savior
Kelly-
of the
I know
program.
it's Kelly's thing. I'll give you a 2-team straight up parlay right now, money lines. Tulsa, because SMU has quit, and Oregon State money line. I feel like
Is the
that's
game in
juicy as
Corvallis?
shit.
No, it's in Eugene. Last year
Okay,
they beat
that's
them.
what I thought. That's what I.
Last year they beat them in Corvallis. That was like they were.
Such a tricky place to play.
Yeah.
That's where we get like Dave. They get an argument. Tricky, tough. That's tricky.
Yeah.
Do y'all
Tough
think?
if they're good, but
Do y'all-
this year they're not bad.
Okay, the Cincinnati. I'm just curious. Is Cincinnati in a trap spot at ECU at all, or they should be fine? What do y'all think?
Cincy in a trap spot against ECU.
They just murdered
It
it.
is,
little
it,
bit.
it is a look ahead, like kind of
coasted
it's a
last
sandwich
week.
spot.
Well, last week, Sonny Dykes has taken that TCU job, though, and I feel like all those wheels were in motion, and that might have – I mean, since he was dominant, but I feel like SMU might have had some stuff going on, too.
It's a look ahead / sandwich spot.
Yeah.
You had a big game, little game, huge game.
Right.
Season on the line against Houston, but for them, their season's pretty much on the line every week. They lose.
I'm not saying they don't pull it out. I
Who's
think
ECU got? ECU's got Houston? Or ECU's got Cincy?
Cincy.
No, it's Cincy, ECU, and then
Eddie,
Cincy
but
play
it's-
Houston.
Yeah.
But it's at
Because
ECU.
Houston has a tricky one this week, too, kind of.
I don't know who Houston plays this week off the top of my head.
You're wearing a Thanksgiving outfit.
Same fucking
Yeah, I
colors.
agree.
What?
You're wearing
Oh
a
yeah, big
Thanksgiving
time.
outfit.
That's a
an
big
interview
time
today.
Thanksgiving
We had an
dinner.
interview today.
No, but
You're
that's
wearing a
nothing to do
Thanksgiving
with it.
outfit.
All right. All right. We had an interview today.
You do look.
Thank you.
You
do
also
look
sit
very
down during an interview.
East Carolina has Cincy. Marty, what did I do to piss you off today? Houston's got Connecticut. Never mind. Houston does not have a tricky.
Yeah, Houston should be.
That's a
But that's by like
It's at
15 and
UConn.
you win by 17 instead of winning by like
UConn's
35.
got a lot to play for.
They do.
That team total.
What? Did you get touched on the NFL at all?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How do you not take the first half under and game under? In
Yeah.
the
Bears
Bears
Lions.
Lions.
So I think this might be the Lions week.
Yeah.
It could, well, if Nate being fired, if that report is true, I'm still taking the Bears because they're happy. But if he's not getting fired, I agree.
But my
that
thing
Boyle?
is,
The quarterback threw for 77 yards. Last
if you
week.
know he's getting fired and he's still coaching the team, I feel like that's an all-time like no effort game for the
I don't think
Bears.
it's no effort. I think it's you do what the fuck you want and try to prove yourself for the next coach.
Maybe so. I don't know. I guess I see it a little different. I just see it where, like, if the guy's out of town, like, if they had fired him an interim coach, I'm all over the Bears. But the fact is, if the reports are true and it's like a dead man walking, that makes me kind of like the Lions.
I got to. I want to bring up this Rams Packers game. The Rams had the two bad. Everybody thought they were the best team in the NFL. Then then they had the two bad losses at home, and now they're off a bye. Green Bay in a bounce back spot off losing that thriller in Minnesota.
Mincy, you weren't here for the Matt Stafford stat.
The 9-69.
Oh, were you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He was 9-69 against winning teams.
It's
there.
one of the most incredible stats I've ever heard.
Well, it's a bounce back spot for Green Bay off the loss being at home, but the Rams off a bye. You got to feel like they got a lot.
Packers are only -1.
Man, that is a wild line.
Who are they playing?
Rams at home, Rams off a bye, but Rams.
And the Rams need to bounce back, too.
Yeah,
That one.
it's interesting.
Yeah, that one. Playoff rematch from last year too.
This is a game for the Rams that I don't expect them to win, but if they do win, I'm all over the Rams again.
Yeah.
I've been pretty good about being on off the Rams. I think I kind of love the Rams. Like, I think the Rams could, I don't want to say roll, but win, like, solid
Yeah.
win.
It's a tough week.
I'm
in
gonna watch.
NFL.
I'm gonna watch the weather report in Green Bay on that, like the Cali team, if it's like bad weather. Like,
Being in Green Bay. Like, if this was like in LA, I would.
And the other game I got to
with the
bring up
Rams.
that's huge. Okay, this New England Titans game. So Tennessee, was the number 1 seed in the AFC, and then they had that stink bomb against Houston. They're catching 6.5 in Foxborough now. They've lost 3 games. That strikes me as a lot. No?
Tennessee plays down to their competition,
And
but
up.
they also play.
Yeah, they're ferocious underdogs.
I'm not saying they win, but they cover
I don't know. What do y'all
responsibly.
What do y'all think of that game? I just think it's a fascinating line. I thought it'd be like 3.5 or 4.
Can the Pats blow everybody out? The run that they've had?
You like them that much at home?
Patriots. I've been saying it for a couple weeks. I'm all in on
To
the
cover
Even
though,
as
to
bad
win
as
by
the
a
Titans
touchdown.
looked
I'm
last
all in.
week.
I'm all in.
Titans shit last week.
I'm all
And
in.
they
on the
played
Patriots.
down so bad.
Run the ball,
competition.
defense,
You know
no
what,
Derrick Henry, win
It's
by
another-
7.
It's another Karma game too.
You can't have 3 common games.
Vrabel,
you
Noggs,
can't have
Karma
Jones,
King over
You
here.
can't have common
Gotta
every
get-
game.
Put it this way: he's got to get one of them. If he goes 0-2, you have to hammer the
Does he?
Patriots responsibly.
Does he?
Oh, you're in the camp of he's got too much. Tax the rich.
Not saying
Once
tax
you
the
get your
rich.
dress.
I'm saying marry
I'll
the
give you
rich.
spray paint.
I'm saying
All right.
marry the rich, but
No, I kind of agree. He's got.
gotta
he
get
should.
He's got to
the-
get one.
Something's
it
gotta
should-
fall, yeah.
Water should find its level with that, even though he is the Karma King already.
And early on, I will admit, I thought the Patriots were they played dog shit teams. They were barely winning. I said they weren't good. They have turned it around, and I think that I'm with Big Ev. I think they win.
Their
too.
defense,
I
their
think
running
it's-
game, and Mac Jones is making all the right decisions.
It's
They're not
just-
doing
He's
anything,
doing enough that what he needs to do.
Yeah, they're not doing
Defense,
anything
run game
overly
plays
explosive.
everywhere. On the road, home, good weather, bad weather, it plays everywhere.
No, he takes care of the ball too. I
Yes,
feel like
it's the perfect formula.
I feel like he's not gonna.
But I just see field goal game either way, which means
I
Titans
lean.
cover.
I lean the point. I think it's gonna be a close game and lower scoring probably too. I want to ask y'all, Eagles Giants. Obviously, Giants fans aren't feeling great after last night. Eagles red hot.
is a perfect
but,
Giants
Red,
win.
Yeah, I was gonna
it
say- I was
is,
gonna
it
say,
is the
but
perfect Giants
yeah.
spot.
half at home.
Everybody's feeling the Eagles right now. Nobody's on the Giants. Jordan Howard's out there. His Slay is probably out. I mean, it's going to be
Rivalry.
a hard fought game regardless. 3.5. I mean,
rivalry game too.
it should be
Rowdy
like
tailgate.
6 or 7 going in. It's a
Everybody
Giants
drunk
line.
for like 3 days.
I mean, we said it yesterday. We said the Bucks are going to blow them out, and then the Giants are going to beat the Eagles. 'Cause
Exactly.
The Eagles looked good.
I can see the entire city of Philadelphia. We are in love with Nick Sirianni right now and everything Jalen Hurts. I can see the exact opposite next
Oh
week.
yeah.
The exact opposite.
Did you see that thread
shame.
of the Philly fans on the news?
Oh, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
What do you mean on the news? That's us. We put that out.
I understand, but the clips are from. It's not like you went in and interviewed them yourself. They're from like.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
we
all
put up
news
the
clips.
montage
Yeah, okay.
together, yes.
All right, Smitty.
Well, I'm just making sure you're attributing, success to the right
I
places.
said it was unbelievable.
Yeah, but you credited the news, not Barstool Sports or Barstool Philly.
Okay. They were on. There was clips of them on the news that Barstool compiled.
Correct.
Is that better?
And ranked.
Got it.
Yes.
I want to ask while we're at top NFL games, Bucks Colts. That's a fascinating one. All of a sudden,
Kind of love the Colts.
Colts win this
Colts
game. They're
plus-
right
Colts
in the
plus-
conversation.
fishy rat line. Tampa by
Yeah.
2.5 on the road. That always. That's the rattiest line. to
Colts are
me.
getting respect. They're
Colts are
getting
gonna
some
win.
respect. I mean, it's just so hard for me still. I know Wentz hasn't like he gets a bad rap. I think Big Ev said he gets a lot of bad rap because of the stupidest shit he's done. But they look good, man. That was a fucking crazy good win against the Bills. I know
But he
the
didn't
Bills-
have to.
Oh,
do,
no.
he didn't have to do much.
He threw 106
Oh, yeah.
yards. He only threw for 106
Yeah.
yards. Well, the Tampa Bay's got the great run D. He'll have to do more in this game because Tampa, you got to beat him through the air.
Yep. I mean, it's the Colts defense more than anything else for me. If the Colts defense can hold up, they can establish dominance against anybody with that run game.
That's a fact. The Brady, that was the bounce back game y'all called though.
Yeah, no, we figured that was happening.
Yeah, all you had to do listen to the press conference from last week.
Two-
It might carry over to this week. To be honest with you, it might be a 2-game fuck you from Tom Brady. Seriously,
I mean, he looked good. It wasn't that hard to look good against him yesterday, but
I mean he was what 9 for 9.
I mean, that first
Mike Evans
that
interception
first
wasn't his
drive,
fault.
I was like, we are fucked.
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
That was
it
the
was
easiest
so
drive in
immediate,
NFL
yeah.
history. I was
that
like,
guy
oh my
touchdown was
God.
awesome though.
He went up and got it. Shout out
Yeah.
Andrew Thomas, but that was really the only that and the pick that led to it was the only bright
Only
spot.
highlight.
What did y'all think of Baker Mayfield's wife and all that? The Cleveland.
I
Browns?
like the wife.
I
I want my wife being ride or die.
Yes.
Like
You
I
like
don't
Stafford's
care.
wife threw a pretzel at somebody talking shit
Yeah,
about him?
like bro,
Yeah.
that's like if you.
That's wifey.
Well, you want your wife like
That's
talking
wifey.
shit.
Giselle was back and was saying like he can't catch the ball, he can't throw the ball and catch the ball too.
Yeah.
Like there's been a history of these. Yeah, you won't ride it down.
That's wifey.
yeah, everybody's got one.
Yeah, somebody's
Patrick
got
Mahomes
to
has his
stand up for
brother.
you.
Well, no. Quiggs is on the case on that. Mahomes
That
wasn't,
is funny.
Patrick Mahomes' brother wasn't at the game.
No.
Against the Cowboys.
No, he wasn't.
And they've been killing it without him at the games.
Yeah, they've won 4 in a row.
Think there's an intervention?
I think there's a thing where you got to
he
bet
had
the
to sit
Chiefs
down
when he's not
Jackson.
there.
You're my brother. I love you. I need to play. Things
little
aren't
bit of
things
break, right?
things aren't going well right now.
Wait a second. Is he not there, or is he just in the?
No, he
clubhouse?
wasn't there.
Okay.
Wasn't there.
Just listen. Watch this
I
one
was
at
told,
home.
You know,
Let's win a
friend-
few
A friend of
games.
ours is playing in Kansas City this week. They were trying to get possibly he loves going to games, trying to get Jackson to possibly attend
Really?
maybe a shorter field or
Is-
court.
That-
Really?
Say.
Tonight?
It's tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, they were last night and tonight.
ESPN 2.
That's
Yeah.
all we're gonna say.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
I like it
to
though.
do the obvious.
No, I
without
know
doing
you
the
do.
Obvious.
I know, but it's also they want. Would they invite him?
Yeah, you know his connections. He was
Yeah.
at the. They were put it this way, they were at the game Sunday, so I'm sure that.
Well, he wasn't.
in
That's
motion.
the thing. So hopefully they got him. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I want to remind everyone that you can BarstoolBites.com or download the Barstool Bites app and check delivery or pickup options near you, and you get $3 off orders of $15 or more with code Barstool exclusively on the Barstool Bites app or BarstoolBites.com. Barstool Bites is here. We have joined forces with two leading edge cons and have partnered to launch Barstool Bites, a delivery and pickup only restaurant available now in select cities nationwide. Shout out Chef, and he's a beast. Awesome. Doing a hell of a job. Barstool Bites will bring a specially crafted menu inspired, named after Barstool Sports' unique personalities. Thanks to acclaimed span, you can look forward to an amazing assortment of dishes ranging from game day favorites, must-have munchies, and anything in between, all named after Barstool personalities, including Dana Beer's Buff Chick Dip, Dana, KFC's Skinny Fat Wing Collection, Glenny Ball's Long Island Sliders, Smitty's Biggie, which I got to say.
Biggie by Smitty.
Biggie by Smitty. I've tripped and fell into a couple of those and really liked them.
Very good.
Marty, big fan of the mozzarella curds as well. I think
he put them on his desk. I ate about 42 of them.
I think y'all, I like all the Barstool Bite stuff, but I think y'all have two of my top 3 to 5.
Shout out Clem Swishies. I mean, if you like pigs in a blanket, those are
Me,
those
Big
are
Evan,
just
Smitty.
fantastic.
What do you have?
All took 5.
The Swishes are the goats.
The
Swish
Clem
is the best
Swishes.
one.
What do you have?
I got the Biggie by Smitty.
Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't
I
worry
haven't had
about
that yet.
It's good.
delicious.
It's good. It's definitely gotten me a couple times. Also, Black Friday, 20% off all Barstool stuff. Cyber Monday is going to be huge next week. I know all y'all. I've got a trick or two up my sleeve for this, trying to make some moves. I know Black Friday, huge deal, and we appreciate all the support from the Stoolies. That so I guess, heck, a couple days away.
Can I ask for a favor,
Sure.
TJ? Can you go to Mush the Line Twitter and I want you guys to hear Glenny talk about OnlyFans.
Yes, I want to hear that.
Give us a sec because we're doing construction back here.
Oh, so it's sorry.
Yeah, we
Wait a
can-
second,
I
you
saw
need to
the
go to
one
Mush the
clip.
Line for that? Because he talks about OnlyFans
No, but the
basically
way-
90% of his
the
conversations.
way he was talking
saw
about
the
it
one
was
clip.
so serious.
He said, "Hey, Daddy, my pussy's out."
Shut up.
That's the clip I want out. If we can get it, I know you guys are doing a bunch of shit, but it was Za and I lost it because he was like he wasn't laughing either. He was just simply just talking about like he's serious.
It's business.
He's like once this is
not
over, like
personal,
he's
it's
like
$1 billion empire.
He's like if I lose Barstool like to a job or whatever, I'm gonna be a OnlyFans manager.
That's
Also, me, Za, and Glenny are gonna start on OnlyFans.
Why?
Shut
does,
up,
First
really?
of all, yeah. Why does Balls need to not be at Barstool to do that?
Yeah, it's true. But we're gonna start our own. It's gonna be
Two
Marty.
balls, see which one's better.
We've already had our first picture is him in a leader hose and me shirtless. It's gonna be booming.
yo. While TJ's slammed and busy in there, y'all, let's go ahead and do picks, and maybe we can catch that at the end. And Walker not here yesterday. Just goes 6-0 when he's absent.
It's easy when the spotlight's not on you.
That's pretty
Just,
impressive.
do
Why
what
did
you
he
have to
say
do.
he wasn't here today?
He's got a family or something.
I
I don't know. What would he say about you if you weren't here?
That's the thing. That's the thing.
He'd probably say, he just didn't feel like it. So I said, Brandon, he couldn't come in today because he just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, he didn't feel like coming. He also hit every day yesterday.
I for what the Thanksgiving night thing is. I mean, it is a thing when he's got 4 kids. You know.
Well,
Have you stayed up
if
for the
you
whole?
Be nice to us. We'll be nice to you. You know?
Yeah, no, that's true. He certainly is not afraid to mention it.
You stayed up for Notre Dame?
Some of it.
I can only
was-
catch the
I-
highlights.
I
I talk a big game, all ticker. I was on life support.
It was
last
one of
night.
those, I fell asleep in the second half, and I woke up, and I was like, I loaded a big bullet on him. Just check it, reload, lose by 3. I'm like, fuck, at like 4:30 in the morning.
All right, Smitty, you were still in first, but Brandon off the 6-0 night, clipping at your heels.
Must be nice.
You want to go ahead and
Must be nice. Just
lead
handicap
us
all
off
day.
today?
Early games had Vermont -9. They were up by 12 with 30 seconds to go, so naturally that pushed. Yale playing right now up 37-33. Sorry, Rico. Love the Knicks tonight. Not so much because of the Knicks, but it's a prototypical layover game.
Well, LeBron suspended.
Yeah, LeBron suspended, but this is just a lay down and die game for the Lakers. I think Knicks win by like double digits. Blazers at home against the Nuggets. Nuggets are like sneaky, not great this year. And nice little 3-team money line parlay just in case.
Bro, that's a steal. Wander Franco got 12 years, $223 million. That is a steal for the Rays.
That's
He
like
I mean,
the-
he's just
the-
buying in early. He's
Well,
played
no,
like
that's
100
the
games.
But he's
that's the new.
paid.
No, he's great. He's great,
The new
but-
thing is to get the early contract because the arbitrate. You know.
No,
before-
it's smart.
No,
His
it's
contract
brilliant.
in 2 years would be like 7 years,
Yeah,
250
and,
million.
and Tampa wouldn't be able to hold on to it.
7.
Is that the first like really big lockup that they've
Yeah.
had?
Yeah,
Pretty
but
much.
then it's technically
Like
not even
ever?
that big.
Since
It's like
Rocco Baldelli?
12 years is
Evan, I guess
so
Longoria was there
Longoria?
for there
Yeah.
forever.
I think it's less than $20 million.
I
a year.
actually think it's very dumb for him to do that. I think you bet on yourself, play
Yeah,
sick, in 3 years you can get fucking
Yeah,
way
he's
more
gonna
than
he's
that.
gonna be an MVP in 3 years.
Maybe next year. Like
Yeah,
he's
he's awesome.
that good, bro. Like that's a steal for the Rays right
Yeah, I
there.
guess it's just what you prefer in terms of just the security of right now.
How about
versus
Taysom
betting
Hill's
for the big
contract?
money.
What the fuck?
I mean, he obviously didn't play. If he can't start over Trevor Siemian, he ain't.
What do you mean
playing
start for
quarterback.
22 million guaranteed for a guy who plays once every 3 series?
He ain't gonna play. I mean, it's like incentive based where if he plays quarterback, it's like worth more. He ain't gonna.
But
play
he ain't
quarterback.
playing quarterback.
If he ain't starting over Trevor Siemian, he ain't playing quarterback.
But 22 million guaranteed for somebody who's just like a
I like him. I think he actually makes plays and no one else does in that team. I mean, right
think-
now after Kamara's out, I don't have a problem with it.
I think he has dirt on Sean Payton.
Same.
agreed.
I don't know. I think he's
preposterous.
gotten in there and made a lot of stuff.
got
Is there any
something.
more dirt to get on Sean Payton after his
It's just like a
I feel like they
preposterous
kept it
amount of
more
money.
quiet than they could have.
Yeah,
I felt like
exactly.
it could have been worse, to be transparent. But New Orleans, New Orleans, things get a little wild. Marty or Ev, either one of y'all, whoever wants to go next.
Yeah, I got let me get this. I got Yale -2.
Let's dance.
39-33
Rico at half.
I got Texas A&M -1.5. I love Houston -7.5.
Love it.
K-State +10.5. Indiana -22.5. Wow.
Taking K-State?
Yeah. I mean, they played pretty well against fucking Arkansas yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I don't hate that one.
Indiana -22.5. St. John's -26.5. Oregon -2. This is my last thing on Oregon. If they stink tonight, today,
I want.
They start slow sometimes and come on late in the season.
But if
I feel like under
if
Dana
they
Hall.
are-
Here's the
lose
stat.
tonight, I'm
Here's the
out.
stat. St. Mary shot 53% from 3 last night. Duck boost. Move this
And won
one.
by
Dude,
even
West
further.
Coast Conference is red. I
Won
saw
by
this
3.
Twitter. West Coast
They
Conference is
are.
on.
Yeah, people are getting mad. That's,
The West Coast Conference is on a
it
freaking
makes
heater and a
no.
half.
I mean, there's such a
there's a
stupid
lot to
argument.
shake out. It's
I
been 2
fucking
weeks, but
yeah.
I love Oregon tonight. Sorry, Marty.
And I got Gonzaga -6 tonight. I just don't think I know. We have a boost too. Take the boost for UCLA to win money line, but I'm not gonna lie to people. I'm not gonna lie to people
That's why you change the boost.
because they like UCLA.
What is the
There's two
boost?
against-
What is the boost?
It's upset Bruin. UCLA money line and the over. +380.
Oh, but it's okay. You have to.
I got
it has to be
outvoted.
the-
You got great taglines. You'd be a good politician.
I would.
Exactly.
I was told on Pick'em I'd be a good dictator.
There you go. Propaganda Bosco over there. Be you and Goebbels. Just 1-2. All time.
Ev, what you got today?
All right, at 2:30, I'm on A&M -1.5. Little bounce back. I love Houston. I got too many. Me and Marty got too many of the same
Yeah.
plays. I'm on Arkansas too, but the play I love the most, Northern Illinois tonight in college football. The Maction +4. Western Michigan fucking stinks. I'm telling you, Northern Illinois probably wins this game outright at home. I love them +4. That's my play of the day. Is
I'm not going to hit
Northern
that win
Illinois.
total, am I?
All right, I have got the LA Clippers in NBA, and then in college, I'm falling for the trap on the UCLA and the points. I mean, it is what it is. I'm taking 7. I got UO Lafayette +5, and Arkansas Cincinnati. I'm right. I am a little concerned, like you said. Arkansas hadn't necessarily played the best so far, and Cincy looked good, but I'm taking Arkansas by 5. I believe in Coach Musselman and Ev. Your enthusiasm just sold me. I'm always a fan of the home underdog. I'm adding the Northern Illinois Huskies responsibly to my card as well.
go.
I was looking at
Let's
it.
go.
I was close on it, so I'm in on it. Rico, what you
Yeah, I got to just give out my best plays now and chop down the card. It's
That's
been a bloodbath for a month.
got?
I'm on Southern Utah right now, which is a loser, so stay hot. I'm on Houston -7. I moved it to Oregon -3.5, +114, duck boost. Arkansas -5, and I'm on the bench mob parlay, which is UCLA money line and the over.
Duck boost. You're on, man. That's pretty good. We got like did TJ Za, by the way, do you have any soccer picks? The chat's asking for Za soccer picks.
Villarreal +175 today against Man United. Ole has been fired. Michael Carrick, I don't know if he's going to win today, so +175 Villarreal.
Add it to my card.
Did you get that clip, Za?
Yes, sir.
You're the
Wait,
best.
real quick. What was the more ridiculous clip of the weekend? Troops throwing the phone or fucking Expressions telling the guy to fuck off his soda.
Expressions was so fucking
Go to
funny,
Dunkin'
bro.
Donuts.
Unbelievable. And the guy's like, you got to feel for me. He's like, the building, it's not a human.
It's like, it's not a human blood. The building's not it. I mean, he was so oblivious to the whole the union stuff and all that nonsense. It was great.
Unbelievable.
That's too funny. So do we have this clip?
Yeah, I got to hear this, I guess.
Is you subscribe. Let's say a wonderful model has a $20 subscription per month. You pay that, and then she controls what she posts. So most of them, I think the most efficient way, if I were a hot girl, I would have people subscribe and then post maybe hand bra photos or lingerie photos on there, and then in the DMs you DM like, hey daddy, my pussy's out for $30. Or like for $50, like, hey, here's me blowing this dick. And then that's how you make majority of the money. I mean, I don't have my phone here right now, but I could pull up. But that's the strategy, really. You post.
Hey, daddy, my pussy.
Yeah.
By the way.
It's unbelievable.
Be a great manager.
He'd be a great manager. Hey,
he's an expert.
Texting someone, hey, daddy, my pussy.
Well, he has experience. He ran through Asa Akira's DMs and was answering.
Yeah.
Imagine paying money for Asa Akira and getting a response from balls.
He was like rating dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, great dick.
I was about to finish and say like
Top notch.
I don't even know what to say behind that.
It's a nice piece.
Top notch.
I got nothing to add to beat that, but I want to thank everybody for joining us. So we're out of the office Wednesday through Friday, but live stream for the Egg Bowl Thursday night. Black Friday, 20% off everything, all our merch. By Saturday, huge stream of Ohio State, Michigan. It's gonna be a huge college football weekend. Stay tuned for the Yak. It's up next.